All right, so today's guest is Matt Blank, and you're out of Undisputed South in Green Valley.
Correct. Correct.
Matt, super excited. You just came back from Vegas. Tell us a little bit about your trip.
Had a great time. Went did a 3-day seminar with Jeff Glover, so 6 hours a day, Thursday,
Awesome.
Friday, Saturday, working a lot of his game, deep half stuff, deep half guard, and some other stuff, just working game plans and some sparring sessions. So it was
Really awesome.
definitely a great time.
Cool. All right, so let's get to know you a little bit. Let's get to know the school a little bit. So tell us a little bit about Undisputed South. How long have you guys been open? And yeah,
Sure.
go ahead.
Yeah. So 8 years in the Green Valley, Sahuarita area. We started with a small location. We're on our third building out here right now, 5,500
Nice.
square feet. So a lot of training, a lot of mat size for everybody to put the work in. So
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, been out here 8 years. We've got our downtown location. You spoke with David Riley the other day.
Yeah.
And we're basically a sister academy,
Yeah.
down the road about 25 minutes. So yeah, it's
Nice,
how long I've
nice.
been doing it and gonna keep on enjoying it.
All right, awesome. So tell us about your jujitsu journey. How did you get started with jujitsu? How long have you been training and teaching? All that good stuff.
Sure. So I was 31 when I found jiu-jitsu. There was another guy I was flying with. He's like, hey, come check out this class. And took the class. 2 weeks later, I was just hooked. Been doing it ever since. So year 15 now, just got my second degree
Nice.
on my black belt. So yeah, I mean,
Congrats.
I just kind of stumbled into the sport, didn't know much about it prior. Did have some wrestling experience in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and then spent, those 12, 13 years in the military and was able to find the sport. Been instructing
Nice.
and teaching for about 10 years now, so pretty good portion of the time as long as training and teaching.
Nice. Okay, so did you always have this dream of opening up a school? Was that your
No,
plan?
I didn't really have a dream of it. Basically, I was getting towards the end of my military career and was kind of given some options to stay there, do something different. And like 2 years prior to retiring, I decided to go ahead and jump in and open a gym. I was a brown belt at the time
Nice.
and just been going from there, for the area that we live in, there was a need for it, right? There are other
Mm-hmm.
academies, but could definitely have more than just one. So
Yeah.
it's been good.
Yeah. So what about the teaching part of it? Was that like an easy thing for you at first or?
Yeah, so in the military, I was pretty young when I became an instructor teaching people. And then the teaching of jiu-jitsu or instructing kind of came out of necessity. Every time that we would deploy, there would be mats, there would be a training room, but there wasn't always an instructor high level that could teach. So
Yeah.
even as a blue belt, kind of like not leading, but still being able to show and demonstrate. So yeah, it really kind of developed out of a necessity or a need for it.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of grew from there. I just feel like I kind of gravitate towards the teaching side of it and enjoy the rewards or the end result from it.
Awesome. Awesome. So do you currently compete, Matt, or no?
I do. I just did, let's see, July, I just did the Phoenix Open for IBJJF, and then I'm getting
Nice.
ready to do Master Worlds at
Oh
the end
man,
of
I
the
missed you
month.
then. Ugh.
Yeah, I
That's
was
sucks.
there. It was quick. I just
Yeah.
had one match, and
Oh yeah. It was
that
a
was
small
it.
event. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but come in, get your work, and head on out.
Exactly.
So just been preparing for Vegas, kind of just working towards that. I've got
Cool.
myself, my daughter, and some other students that are going out to
Oh,
compete.
awesome.
So we're working towards that. And yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
to answer the question, I still do compete. I'm definitely slowing down. I'll be 48 this month, and it
Yeah.
just, the necessity or the in my mind of having to do it all the time, I just don't have that desire as much.
Mm-hmm.
So being more picky and choosy when I do compete.
Okay, cool. So can you share your competition experience overall? So
Sure.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I started pretty young. I was well, young as far as white belt. I was training about a month, and my coach was putting on a tournament at the time. Signed me up. I had to cut weight, so again, kind of re-experiencing wrestling and doing that
Mm-hmm.
aspect of stuff.
Right,
So yeah,
because
that was my
you have to compete in wrestling, right?
yeah, right.
It's a
There's no
requirement.
like
Yeah.
yeah, very different where you don't go to just the training room and then
Right.
oh, I may or may not. It's
Yeah.
definitely you're gonna have matches. Sometimes not as many as others, but definitely the
Right.
opportunity to compete.
Okay.
So yeah, just slowing down a little bit and throttling it back a little bit.
Nice. Okay. So what are your thoughts on competition and do you think it's for everyone?
I would say it's not for everyone. There's different trains of thought on it. Some people have a hard time getting past the mental barriers, the anxiety, the pressure, all the different things that come with it. And I do feel like you could go out there and it might ruin it for somebody, right? More
Mm-hmm.
on the kid side, the adults are more resilient and can come back,
Right.
but I have seen it where, a kid goes out there and it doesn't necessarily go their way and they just not something they want to do. They experience it. I do recommend, I still never turn anybody away from it. I do recommend that
Mhm.
everybody tries it, but there's just the reality that it isn't for everybody. And different lines of work, people have fear of getting hurt, which I totally understand. If they have to compete on Saturday and then get up and use their hands or something on Monday, that
Yeah.
might be a fear. So different philosophies on it, but
So you
I
don't
want
you
to
don't push competition in your right.
no,
Okay.
no,
Mm-hmm.
we don't have our downtown location has a competition class. We offer it, we compete, we go, we support, but it's nothing that I force anybody to do. It's kind of at their own free will, and
Yeah.
you know,
Okay. So tell us about the first time you competed. How did that go for you?
oh, it was miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible. Because again, having a wrestling background, I understood it, right? But
Right.
then jumping into jiu-jitsu with no real background was
Right.
definitely like, man, this person's choking me. This person's trying to,
Yeah.
grab my arm. So I just, at that point, I didn't have enough exposure to feel comfortable with it. And
Uh-huh.
that's like new students, I always tell them, like, you have to give me 6 months. Right. Like you need a 6 months to even maybe sometimes a little bit longer. So you feel comfortable and you feel confident in not just one position, but a few, right? You're not obviously not going to master it all and you're not going to know everything,
Yeah.
but you'll know a little bit or enough to be able to stay safe and have a little bit more fun with it.
Yeah. Have you ever made an exception though? Was there a
Yeah,
student that was like, I need to do this
yeah,
like
absolutely.
before
There's
six
always an
months?
exception to the rule, and
Yeah.
this student just recently did state and ended up getting second. High school
Well,
wrestler,
there you
so
go.
had the
Yeah.
experience, understands the pressure of competition, understands the making of the weight and all that kind
Yeah.
of that stuff.
Nice. Okay. So as we know, competitions are nerve-wracking. How do you handle your internal battles as a competitor?
Again, everybody is different. Over the years, I've definitely turned it more from putting so much pressure on myself to turning it more into enjoyable and fun of like, I'm paying to do this, I'm paying for this experience. Why am I putting so much pressure and all these outside things on my body or on my mind when it just doesn't really exist?
Yeah. And so same for your students, correct? That's what you
Yeah,
tell
and,
them?
and like I said, I
Yeah.
mean, everybody's different, but we definitely talk through of like, man, like how you feeling? Oh, I got all these butterflies and anxiety,
Which is
of like,
normal.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%, but like learning how to control, how to breathe, how to relax, and like,
Mm-hmm.
put yourself in the moment and be ready for what's about to happen.
Right. So you do offer competition classes or
So our
no?
downtown location on
Right.
I think
Okay.
on
That's what you
Saturdays
said.
they
Mm-hmm.
specifically have one, and then members from here will go down there and take that class.
Yeah.
And then as competitions are building up, like I'll work with those individuals even in class, or we'll stay a little bit longer
Okay.
here and there. But I'm just honest with people, like the demographics that we have in my location, a
Yeah.
lot more youth that want to compete than adults, and that's just how
Okay.
it is out here.
So how is preparation like? So let's say you have a big tournament coming up. How do you
Mhm.
prepare your students for that big day?
Yeah, everything. I mean, leading up to it, I don't like to change a lot, right? Like we'll go a little bit extra on our rounds. We'll pay a little bit more attention of like our points, our rule system of like what's legal, what's illegal, and then also like game planning a little bit, right? Like
Right.
you might enter with a game plan and it goes out the window right away, but at least you sat down and put some thought process into like having an idea of what I want to go in and try to do.
Right.
It might not work, but again, building more of a whole plan than just wildly jumping in there and trying to go for
Right.
something.
And so do you also go over like the weight cutting part of it and how do you guide your students on that?
Yeah, again, it really just depends on the background. I'm not, being a wrestler, like I understand it. I'm not a
Right.
huge fan, obviously, of like huge weight cuts.
Yeah.
I don't feel like in jiu-jitsu it gives you that much of an edge to go down 15 pounds.
Oh yeah.
The other thing is like I'm big on pre-planning, right? So I put
Mm-hmm.
out our schedule from now all the way through December, so usually like 6 months at a time. So now 3 months down the road or 2 months down the
Right.
road, this is what we're building up for. It's the same, even my own
Right.
journey. Like I'm going down to lightweight for Master World, so I've got to work on my diet and all the other stuff
Right.
that comes along with it.
Yeah. Okay. And so, what advice would you give somebody that's going to compete for the very first time?
Uh, do your research. Yeah, like understand the rule set, understand like, and again, not every place is different, so you might get this information, you might not get this information. But just like anything else, like try to educate yourself on what you're going to do.
Right. All right. Perfect. So thanks so much, Matt, for your time on this. We've seen you we've seen you at the competitions
Yeah.
at the Arizona Jiu-Jitsu League. So we want to know your thoughts on how we're doing, and hopefully it's all good stuff, but you can say whatever you want. So
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. No, it's been great.
yeah,
It's been 10 years now. So I moved to Arizona in 2015.
nice.
And then I knew Gustavo prior to that through Novignon and the
Yeah.
relationship with my coach. So I knew who was running the tournament. I knew who,
Yeah.
was involved. And I've always enjoyed it. It's always been, a good experience or great experience. I like the fact that it is ran like the IBJJF because
Yeah.
now you've got, you're getting experience from a local tournament to raise it to the next stage. So if you just go and do IBJJF and you're not familiar with it, you might not be as comfortable. So I
Right.
do like the fact that in Arizona it is ran like that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the support, by the way.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you there as always. And so, where can people find you on social media?
MB Jiu Jitsu or Matt Blank, just throw it in there. And then the Instagram for the gym, Undisputed South, you can find us through there.
Awesome. Keep rocking and rolling out there, Matt. All right.
All right.
Appreciate
I
your time, and we'll
appreciate
see you
you.
out
Thanks.
there.